Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sade, and I am one of the owners of Third Generation Conjure. So for all of those who know me, welcome on in too. This is kind of an impromptu video, not one that I planned on making in particular, but just something that Spirit has put on my heart. So for this particular conversation video, whatever you want to call it, this is about those slow periods. Okay, so I just like to talk about my personal experiences, because I know that there are other people who may be going through the same thing, and this may be something that may be able to help the next person, right? So I want to talk about the slowdown. Okay, a lot of us have experienced certain slowdowns in our lives, and a lot of times when we find out is that they are for a divine purpose and for a divine reason. So in particular with me, the month of May has been kind of heavy, and it's especially been heavy this particular month. Okay, I lost my grandmother 2 years ago in the month of May, so it already holds kind of like and I won't say a negative connotation, but what I've grown to see it as now, just looking in hindsight, is like a transition month, a portal month, right? Now, I wrote a post, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago, where I was talking about how I had been in this kind of hermit season, where I had been in this slow season, and I'm back and I'm just ready to get things back rolling, wanting to reconnect with my community, things of that nature, a lot of different plans and things that I have. And for some reason, I started the month of May where I was just kind of like, okay, this is a go energy. It's time to get things done. Had a lot of different things that I wanted to launch, with Third Generation. But for some reason, it was like every time I would try to do something, it was like I was slowed down or something came up, right? And I'm like, what is the purpose for this? What is it that I'm doing that I'm not supposed to be doing? And I'm looking at it as like, is this even something I'm supposed to be doing? But I think even looking at it now, I was looking at that in the wrong light, right? So I actually had a conversation with my parents, me and my husband, maybe, about a week or two ago, probably about 2 weeks ago. And they were talking about how I promise, like, me and my husband, we stay busy. We're doing a lot of different things. And my dad said, y'all need to slow down. And we like, we can't slow down, because we slow down, things gonna fall apart, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, y'all need to slow down so y'all can catch up. And at that time, we weren't in the process of trying to receive a message. So we was like, what you mean? Like, slow down? We can't slow down. Okay. So now, looking back, I said in hindsight, sometimes you have things that the elders say and it doesn't make sense at that time. But you step back, and when it hits you in the face, you have no choice but to make sense. So that particular message was something that we needed to be receiving at that time. So I wrote a post. A lot of you may have seen it. If not, you can check out our blog on our website. But I wrote a post which was a dedication of Third Generation Conjure to my ancestors, which was something that was long overdue, because that has been the backbone of my spiritual practice, ancestor veneration. That has been the backbone of Third Generation Conjure. And what really prompted that was a significant loss that I had in my life. So I actually just left a memorial for one of my aunts that I was very close to. Her and her daughter, her daughter and me, we've been like sisters, right? And we still are like sisters to this day. I actually just got off the phone with her. And she has been like a second mother to me throughout my life. I was at her house during the summers. My cousin was at our house. It just has been a close relationship, right? So her death kind of hit me in a certain way that maybe I wasn't even expecting, right? The same way when I lost my grandmother. And she just so happened to transition in the month of May in 2024. And here I am, 2026, I lose this aunt that has been a significant part of my life, right? So, when I write certain things, and even when I make certain videos, that's not to get sympathy, it's not to make anybody sad, because that's not the intention. I just feel like as I grow and the things that I experience, especially in my spiritual practice, especially even through life, I like to share with other people because they may be going through the same type of situation. Okay, so the purpose is, for us all to learn from each other and for us all to grow, right? So, I realize now, like even now, it seems like the month of May has just been slow. And I'm like, okay, I need to get going. There's things I want to put out there. And I was just slowed down, especially with this happening, right? So this happened last week and it's just been kind of like a slowdown. And you already know how it is when you lose somebody, you grieve, and then you start the healing process, and then you go to a funeral or you go to a memorial, and then it opens the wound back up, and then you're back to square one where you're trying to process and heal, right? And that's kind of the liminal stage that I have been in, which I'm fine, right? For some reason, it's just like even with this, I have been I would say I'm at peace, right, with it, to where I felt like, okay, maybe I'm just feeling numb, okay? Now I have another that's actually was an aunt on my paternal side. Now I have a aunt on my maternal side that is possibly transitioning soon, right? So I'm thinking like, what the hell is going on with May, right? So you just like, it's just a lot going on. But even with that being said, and with her possibly transitioning soon, I just wanted to come on and I wanted to just kind of let others know too, if you've been through a particular period or like a month that just seems like it's like, okay, May is coming, like that's the month for us now. What can we expect from this? And I had to sit back and just look at it, not as anything necessarily negative, but possibly as a transition month for my family, right? And transitions don't always have to be negative. I feel like we have been conditioned, in a sense, to mourn death when you have other cultures a lot of times that celebrate death as a form of liberation, and we have the tendency to mourn it. Now, I have a level of understanding spiritually to where a lot of deaths don't take me down as hard. I don't say I don't grieve and I don't take it hard a lot of times, but in another sense, it gives me a sort of peace. So I just want to just give you guys some encouragement. If you feel like you've been in a period where things are just slow, where, maybe you're having a financial slowdown, maybe you're having just where it seems like you're throwing a rock at a wall and things are just not budging. A lot of times that is a preparation period, or it's a slowdown for a particular reason. And we naturally have the tendency to automatically look at that in a negative light, when a lot of times it's just preparation, right? And you're slow for a particular reason, or you're being slowed down for a particular reason. It's kind of like you being in this fight or flight type energy, and then when you finally slow down, things just start happening with you, right? You might get sick, things of that nature. And then sometimes it's like, we've been telling you to slow down, and because you don't want to slow down, we're going to force you to slow down. So I just want to, just uplift anybody that may be going through anything right now, that may be feeling like things are just slow and things are not moving. I greatly believe that it's for a divine purpose. Just like I really feel like the things that I'm working on now with TGC and things that I've been just kind of wanting to just, I want to do this, I want to go ahead and throw that out there, is really honing me in and slowing me down for a particular reason, for me to slow down so I can catch up, in a sense, right? And I know that I am an Aries at heart, right? So when I get something on my mind, I want to go ahead, I want to execute it, I want to do this, I want to do that, I got a product that I want to do, I got inspiration for it, hey, let me go ahead and launch it tomorrow. And that's sort of the way that I have been operating over the last couple of years, and I'm in the season now where I feel like you can have inspiration, but also I'm feeling more intentional with the things that I'm doing, right? Even when it comes down to the things that I'm doing with my rituals, I used to have the big, elaborate, flashy type rituals because that was just my motivation and things that I like to do, right? I like nice stuff. I like things to look a certain way. And now it's just a period where it's just slowing down and it's just a little bit more intentional. I'm more intentional about the energy that I'm allowing into my life, the energy that I'm allowing into my business, even if that means that that's a slowdown with sales, if that makes sense. So just know that the slowdown is for a particular reason. And sometimes that reason may just be for us to rest. And we have to be okay with that. So, I'm just kind of using this as a personal diary, so to speak. And once again, just to help anybody else who may be going through that slow season. I look at it now, like I said, I look at the month of May as not just a slow season, but kind of like a portal season for myself and for my family, a transition season, so to speak. And if you've had something like that within your family, a particular month that may be kind of like the month of May for us, then recognize that. And that's not to say that has to be a month where you mourn. That's just a season where you prepare, right? And that's all I got, guys. So more coming soon. I promise, like I said, they've slowed me down. So I got to be okay with that. All right. And until next time, bye-bye.